Hi everybody, welcome to Paper Wishes vlog. I'm Lene Gehrig, and today I'm really excited to bring you beautiful rice papers from our friends at Stamperia. Rice paper is translucent, a little bit like tissue paper, but there's fibers in it and it gives this beautiful feathered edge. I'm going to show you lots of projects how to use this. Let me show you each one of these. This beautiful tile, the Spanish tile, is azulejos, and then this one is pink flowers. And this blue one is birds and butterflies, oriental, cosmos, and finally botanic flower. Now some of these may look familiar because we have a lot of the coordinating paper packs, okay? But some don't have paper packs that go with them, so they would be brand new. So let's take a look at also these ceramic plaques that I'm going to be using today. These are the rectangle, oval, and circle. You get 2 in each pack, and they're somewhat smaller, and then you get the large ones, the circle, the oval, and the rectangle. Okay, I'm going to show you lots of projects with these. So let's start with the pink butterfly. Grab that. Here we go. This is the first project that I did, and as you can see, I use this larger rectangle image and the large rectangle ceramic plaque. And what Debbie and I found was the best thing to do is it's essentially decoupage. And you want to just create a little bit of a watered down glue. We used the Cosmic Shimmer Specialist acrylic glue with just a drop of water just to thin it a little bit. And then you just decoupage that or put that right over the top of the ceramic tile. And then I did a little bit of gold embossing around the outside edge. And then these wonderful little flowers from 49 and Market. These are brand new for us. They're adorable. Were just the perfect size to put on here. And of course, you know me, I had to get my sparklets on there. And also a little dazzle word for friends, and that's in gold tiny words and phrases dazzles. And then what I did is I wanted to give it a little dimension, so I took one of the butterflies and I just cut that out of the oval, and I just glued that to a little piece of white cardstock and let it dry. Then I cut that out, and then I just sort of curled up those little wings and glued that directly to that, so it has a little dimension there along with everything else. And then what do you do with these? Okay, well, we like to make them into magnets. So you put these on your refrigerator, and you can make ornaments out of them, and I'll show you how to work them into your paper crafts as well. So we are providing, where are they? The magnets, here we go. These super strong magnets as well. They come in a little set like this, and to separate them, you just go like that, and then they separate. Okay, so let's move on to the next project. Here's one that Debbie did using these beautiful blue butterflies and birds. And she used a little rectangle, which is so adorable. And what she did was she took this image right here and she decoupaged that on there. And I'm going to show you how easy it is to just cut. So I just cut, here's one with the butterflies. I just cut the circle out, and I just went ahead and I made my little glue concoction. I'll show you how to do that. Go. A little bit of glue. And just a little bit of water. A nice flat brush, and you just thin that glue out a little bit. You're not really wanting it watered down too much, just enough so that when you apply that it just goes on really easily. So, okay, so I put it on my little circle, and then I'm going to show you how Debbie did a little embossing on hers, which was so beautiful around this edge. I should also mention that she used a brush. When she brushed this on, hers has got a little bit of a tint, a green tint to it, you can see. And she also put a little dazzle bird on there. Let me show you one of these birds. Will apply my watermark translucent clear ink for embossing. I'll tell you how. Debbie's has a little bit of a green tinge to it, and that is that she said when she was doing her decoupage that she used a brush that we hadn't cleaned very well, and it had a little bit of green cosmic shimmer on it, and she brushed it on there and she went, oh no, but then it looked so pretty, she went ahead and left it. So happy accident. We always love that when it works out in our favor. All right, so now I've got that covered with the clear ink. And you could paint your edge if you didn't want to. You could ink it, you know, with gold ink or with any color ink, or you could just leave it this really pretty ivory bisque color. But we thought putting the gold embossing powder on it was really pretty. So I'm just rolling that in the edge there. And what's great about embossing powder is you could just start off doing that, and then if you didn't quite get it covered, because the ceramic is really, really porous. So it just soaks up things. So you might take 2 applications. I'm going to turn this on high. Keep that away from your fingertips. Let my gun heat up a little bit here. There we go. Because you're trying to emboss a very narrow strip there, sometimes you have to get that hot air hitting just the right spot. There we go. And then what I would do is I'm just going to roll that spot again in some of the clear ink. And then I'm putting that back. Oh, see if you can see what I'm doing here. Putting that back in the powder. There we go. So you can see how it has a really pretty edge to it. All right. So now I need to clear away my embossing powder here really quick. It doesn't end up everywhere. All right. A lot of pieces today. All right, so the next piece, here we go. So here's another one that Debbie made with the birds. So beautiful. And what she did with this one, she did a little bit of that torn edge, and I'm going to show you how she did that. So for this one, I'm just going to take a small paintbrush and a little bit of water. And I'm just going to paint just around the outside edge of the rice paper. Go. And then you're just going to gently tear along that wet edge, not tearing into the image. There we go. So you can see that a little better. I'm just tearing, sort of like I made sort of a ditch with my brush and the water, and I'm just tearing along that, and see that beautiful feathered edge that I'm getting? Now I need a little bit of water because I found a little spot that's dried up. Oh. That's just an extra strong fiber there, I think. I'm just going to cut that. There we go. See, that was like a thick piece. There. All right. So then what I'm going to do with this is I'm going to use a little bit more of my glue mixture. And because the ceramic pieces are so porous, I found it best to water that down. And I found it best to just paint the actual rice paper itself. Okay. Because if I put that glue directly on the ceramic, it just soaked it right up. Just good old-fashioned decoupage. Okay, and I'm taking a little bit more and just going over the top of that and just securing those feathered edges right there. Like that. And then also right over the surface. And you just don't need very much, okay? Don't feel like you have to get it all glossy. It's gonna leave really a matte finish on. Here we go. All right, so then when that dries, you can decorate it with little sparklets and little flowers and little pieces of ribbon, and then put a couple of magnets on the back. The heavier, the more embellishment that you put on these, the more magnets they're going to need. So this particular one, quite large, and I put 3 magnets on it. This one was smaller and weighed less, so 2 magnets. And I would always like to test them out on the fridge just to make sure everything is staying in place. Here's another one using the Cosmos, and I thought, what a great Christmas ornament this would make, okay, for our outer space lovers. And this one says, "Never stop looking up." And I embellished it with some shimmers, so it has some little star flecks on it, as well as these little clear beads. And then just put a little bit of brown sparkly ribbon on it. Very simple. Along the back, just glued it on an X. And then on this one, you might notice that these large ovals and rectangles are a little bit larger than the actual rice paper image. And let me show you how I accommodate that. So I'm going to take the circle, okay? Open, open. There we go. Oh, that's not the circle. All right. I kind of glued in place here. Just peel that off the back. There's a little piece of tape that's gluing that on. You can just peel that right off. Then you'll notice that on the back of each is a little bit of a hanger. So if you just put a little nail in your wall, a little tiny picture frame nail, you can hang those on the wall as well. Okay, so for this one, I just want to sort of isolate where I want to, what part of the image I want to use. So if I use just the flower, I'm going to miss out on the butterfly and all these other things. So kind of want to run the flower off the edge so I get more of an image there. So let's make up a little more bit of our glue. One little bit of water just to thin that out a little bit. Boy, I'm making a real mess here today. I might need a little bit more water. All right, and I'm just going to paint that directly on the back. There we go. All right, so I've got my large circle, and I want to use the butterfly and the leaf, and then just part of that flower. So that's what it looks like from the back. So I have all of this extra. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to tear off the extra pieces here. I'll use my big brush. I'm just going to go around the edge with some plain water so that I can tear off the excess, but I'm not going to throw away the excess. I'm going to keep that to do a little patchwork on spots that might have gotten missed. And I'm just using the edge of the ceramic circle, and I'm just pulling that towards me. Is it just attaching itself right there? Oops. And oh, even that last little bit. All right, and then I'm just going to take some glue and go around that edge. And it's got a very nice feathered edge. All right, so now I've got some pieces right here as sort of a straight edge from the frame of the piece and right here. And I'm not really sure if I like that much. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some of the scraps, and I'm just going to take a little bit of the scraps that don't have that edge on it. Put a little bit of glue on there. Oops, I should set that down. Okay. And then I'm just going to attach that right there. It just sort of fills in that green like that. Okay, so I would put mine right there, and then I could take some of my little shimmers rather. And how I place those is just do a dot of glue here and here and here. There you go. Put a couple magnets on the back, put some folded over ribbon on the back for an ornament, or you could just hang it on your wall. All right, I have two more projects to show you. On this one, we worked it into a card. So this could just stay here as a card focal, or you could put magnets on the back and just tack it down maybe here and here on the back with a little bit of glue so that it could be pulled off and they could have a gift on their card. So with this one, I used the Oriental, and then if you already have the Oriental Garden paper pack, you could use some of that on your card back. If you don't have that, really any sort of Asian themed inspired paper would work. And this is one that you can get by the sheet at Paper Wishes. And make sure that if you want to check and see about complete supply lists, just click on any of the underlined products on this page, and it'll take you directly to the product page where you'll see a photo of the cards, and you can click on that card and get a supply list. So here I just sort of took off the border right here, and I did that tearing method. So I took that border off and then I put that along the bottom of my card. Then I also used that same method to use the water around the circles and tear those out and put those here. And then I just sampled little areas, like this one is the little collection of the birds, and put that on the center. And then just did a little bit of red ink around the edges of that. So this one was a really fun one to put together. Great for mixed media lovers. And then for this I did another focal for a mixed media canvas, and I took one of the rectangle pieces and covered the rectangle with that, and then just really did layering on the canvas. First I just did pink ink on the canvas, and then I tore out some paper and put that as the background. There we go. Tore that as the background, and then wanted to give my ceramic piece a little bit of a platform, so that I went ahead and put a piece there so that it kind of zooms in on that as a focal. I even used a mesh stencil and then just used a little bit of black ink, just direct to surface on that. And then I got to start playing and layering Here's a piece of tissue, flowers that I cut out. And then I added some beautiful pink flowers from 49 Market and some wood butterflies from hot off the press, and inked those with the pink ink pad as well. And just added a greeting here. It was really fun to just bring a collection of things together and just start building on that. As you can see, the rice paper and the ceramic plaques are really versatile, lots to do with, lots to play. Great for Christmas, great for playing with on those cold winter days. Make sure you check out our money saver on this. It's a great deal. If you're watching us on YouTube, go down into the description to find the links to the money saver, as well as links to paperwishes.com, where you'll find more videos and lots of goodies. Thanks for joining me today, and I'll see you next time.